the cemetery is this place that's kind of suspended in time between the violence that has just happened. So you see the death and the mourning, but there's this feeling that violence is imminent. So you're right in between these, two moments of violence, but it's a quiet place. It's a place of mourning, a place of respect. But it's a very kind of quiet film and a very non-violent film about violence. Whereas we think that information comes with language, right? We think that if someone says my name is so-and-so and this is my context and this is my background, then we understand that person. And that's something we use a lot in documentary. In this case, I didn't have that tool. So you really had to be there and just watching what happened. And the night watchman was the perfect character because he's like a clock. He comes with the sun, he leaves with the sun, he's there every day. And his job is to watch. And so he kind of becomes our eyes as the audience, and it's a way of saying, stop and watch nothing happen. Time kind of doesn't move, it's this stillness, this quietness in which this tragedy is kind of being perpetuated indefinitely. I think that's a trend right now in documentary, is to make these kind of activist documentaries that tell you, like, here's the tragedy, here's what you should think, and here's the solution. And it's not a kind of filmmaking that interests me particularly because, one is it's a bit arrogant from a filmmaker standpoint, in my opinion. Like, how am I really going to know what the answer is, right? And then I think the real power of media is to make people question and to think. Not to tell them what to think, but rather to say, look at this differently, analyze it yourself, think about it, contemplate it. And I think if film is going to make a difference in any way, that's the way it'll make a difference. Not because one film changes the world, or not because, all the policies get reverted because someone made one film. I think it's really about dialogue and asking the audience to think instead of this kind of passive audience that just, watches, accepts, and has kind of a catharsis while watching the film and then walks out and doesn't really need to do anything anyways,